People get nervous around you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, people get nervous around you, for sure. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, I have that effect on people. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I have that effect on people. Y'all answer these questions for me. Are you the type of person where you walk in a room and people are instantly startled or shocked whenever they see you? Drop in the comments, let me know yeah or nay. Whenever you walk around people, do they get fidgety or shaky whenever you are around them or vice versa? Drop in the comments, let me know yeah or nay. And do people automatically become alert when they just hear your voice? Drop in the comments, let me know yeah or nay. Family, what I want y'all to understand is that this is not normal, all right? And if people are nervous around you, trust and believe is more than only your looks. I said only your looks, right? Because looks do play a part in it, which is going to be one of my talking points. But the point is that it's so much more than what just come with looks, right? It's like your integrity. It's your character. It's your charisma, all right? It's how you love on yourself. It's your presence. It's your spirit. It's everything, y'all, that makes the pie. You follow what I'm saying? You don't just make apple pie with just apples. You don't just make apple pie with just the little, what's the caramel stuff that go in it that make the apple pie? You don't just make it with that. You don't just make it with the crust. All right, you need all of it, and you got the whole package. You follow what I'm saying? You the whole apple pie. Yeah. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm the whole apple pie. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I'm the whole apple pie. But see, people get nervous around you for positive reasons or negative reasons, right? Real reasons or fake reasons. And I'm going to just say this real quick, y'all, before we get into this video. Those who are nervous around you for the negative reasons, it's because they know that your authenticity is about to expose them. For those who are nervous around you for the positive reason, chances are they've never been around a person like you. And so it's doing or it's taking some adjusting, all right? Everybody is not used to real. Everybody is not used to peculiar or abnormal. Everybody is not used to being very close to greatness like that. They're not used to it. So it can make people nervous, right? On both sides. But we're going to speak about this, y'all, within this video. First thing is first, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. What y'all got going on, fam? How y'all doing? What y'all ate today? All right. For those who've been watching me on my other channel, y'all pretty much already know. But I got to say it for my newcomers over here, my other family over here, y'all. Number one, my day is going good. I'm kind of blessed. Not kind of blessed. I'm very blessed. But I would say it's doom and gloom, y'all. So it kind of feeds into your energy a little bit. It's been raining here in Atlanta, y'all, for the last 2-3 hours. So it kind of drains your energy a little bit. The outside nature, y'all, is real. So it can, kind of rub off on you. So that's why I slipped up and said kind of blessed. Really, I am blessed, y'all. But the day is just kind of doom and gloom for me, right? But outside of that, y'all, what I had to eat today was some homemade baconators. Yeah, y'all, homemade baconators. I patted up some hamburger meat, all right? Had my mayonnaise, ketchup, my cheese, and some beef bacon, and did my own, homemade baconators, y'all. So that's what I had to eat today. I only had one burger, though. You know what I'm saying? I think I had, one burger, but 2 patties on one bun. So I may eat something else later, but as of right now, y'all know what your boy done had to eat today, all right? But anyway, y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all doing, what y'all ate, all that nice jazz. Let's get directly into this video, y'all. Number one is going to be this right here, fam. You are considered to be attractive, all right? I'm wanting to go ahead and get the head honcho out the way, y'all, because this right here is a part of it. You are considered to be attractive. Now, when you are considered to be attractive, it can be intimidating. It can be a scary thing for males and females, right? And it can be a weird feeling, that you will embody when you're going out around different people, because when you are attractive, it makes you a target, okay? It makes you a person who people would like to preconceive or prejudge. You know, they already have thoughts in their head about you. All right, simply because you are attractive. So it may make people nervous to be around you from a good standpoint, or nervous to be around you from a terrible standpoint. Right? Let me just give y'all a small example. When a man approaches a good-looking woman, all right, I'm gonna pick on my guys today. When a man approaches a good-looking woman, if he has confidence, it's probably not going to affect him as much. Notice I said as much because it still affects him. And the reason why is because your mind is wired for a reward when you see someone or something attractive. And when you're getting a reward, naturally, don't you feel like you got to be on your best behavior? Think about it. I'm getting perfect attendance. Even though you going to school every single day to get that perfect attendance, you still can't wait to get your reward. So guess what? You are on your best behavior. Same thing when a man approaches a good-looking woman. He going on his best behavior. He can have the confidence of LL Cool J. All right? The confidence of, what's his name, y'all? Billy D. Williams. I don't care what type of he can have the confidence of Chris Brown, Michael Jackson. I don't care what it is, who it is. It's still a reward system that is wired in his brain. And so when a woman is attractive, he gonna come on this top game. He gonna come on this best behavior. He gonna come making sure that he smell nice, he look nice, ain't nothing in his teeth, as opposed to it being a unattractive woman, you know, a woman who he think he can just only sleep with. Then guess what? I can have a stain on my shirt. I can have a little piece of butter in my teeth. All right. I walk up to you eating a rib. Why? Because I feel like I'm the prize at this point. Okay. Y'all get what I'm saying? The point is, y'all, is when people get nervous around you, that's a good thing. They see you as an attractive being. Does that make sense? Drop in the comments and let me know, y'all. All right. And this goes, you know, both sides, by the way. I'm just picking on my guys today. But number 2, it's going to be this right here, fam. Eye contact. Eye contact. Eye contact. If you are a person who makes eye contact with people, you're automatically going to either be ruled in or ruled out. It ain't no in between. You can scare people with that eye contact. People may start thinking you are a serial killer. But you can also alert a person that, hey, he a real one. She a real one with that eye contact. See, you got the person who look all the way around, you know, at everything else but the object or person they're talking to, okay? And you got the person who's making straight eye contact like, I see you. I hear you. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Oh, yeah, Bob. I see you, man. Oh, yeah, Keisha. Whatever the case is. Why? That is important. Because when you make eye contact, it shows people one thing, and that is you have respect. And the second thing is you are genuine. I was always raised not to trust a man or woman who don't look you in the eye. I need that firm handshake, and I need that eye contact. If I don't get eye contact, I'm automatically in my mind like, yeah, I don't know if I could trust dude. Everything you said sounded amazing, my guy. But I don't know if I can trust you because you ain't looked me in my eye when you said it. You get what I'm saying? Reno, what are you saying? Eye contact in itself will make a person nervous. That's why people get nervous around you, because you make eye contact with them. And most of the world is fake, which means most of the world don't make eye contact. Everything is, yeah, man, you know, over here. So I'm telling you, you probably want to go ahead and buy the house around this time because it's going to be a greater time. Versus, hey, sir, you want to buy the house around this time because it's going to be a better time. What you need to do is apply for this application. I'm looking you in your eyes. That's what make it more believable versus looking at the birds and the bees. Number 3, it's going to be this right here, fam. Intelligence. All right, intelligence. It's one of those ones that can come off as cliche, but fam, it is what it is. When you are intelligent, people will get nervous around you. When you are intelligent, people will get nervous around you. Think about it like this. When the educated meets the experienced, all right? The educated meets the experienced. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I don't care if you are educated through self-education, which is, I believe, autodidact, all right? Y'all can Google it and correct me if I'm wrong. But if you are self-educated, which is autodidact, all right, that's education still. Or if you went to college and got your cum laude degree. All right, it does not matter. It's still education. Okay. Now, in reality, y'all, there's no degree called cum laude. I hope somebody don't take that, serious. What I'm saying, y'all, is that you can get your bachelor's, your master's, your doctorate, PhD, whatever. What I'm saying, y'all, is this right here. When the educated meet the experienced, I believe the experienced will be a little intimidated or a little nervous by the intelligence of the educated. All right, and I'm gonna explain this. So the educated may have the terminology, they may have the what you call it, not the status, y'all, the certifications. Yeah, the certifications, the paperwork to say I can do this. They may know certain things that the experienced don't know. Here's what the experienced fail to realize. You still experienced, my guy. You still experienced, my girl. So guess what? They may still take you over the educated. But just because I come in saying I got education, the experienced person may be a little shaken up by that. Because I don't know if they're going to throw me away because this person says, I have a degree or I have a certificate or a trade that says I can do X, Y, and Z over my experience. And the funny thing is the experience is a tough, you know what? You know why? Because I got experience. I got what they're looking for. Most jobs say, do you have 2 or more years of experience? If you fresh out of school, all you got is education. Application denied. But if you are experienced, you probably can get the manager job quicker than the educated. You get what I'm saying? But the reason why the educated is a threat is because of where he or she's been. Yeah, where she or he's been and what's valued as well on the job. Does that make sense? Drop in the comments, let me know. You don't have to have a degree to be educated. I want to make sure I make this clear, y'all. I want to make sure I make this clear. You do not have to have the degree to consider yourself as educated. All right? Number 4, it's going to be this right here, fam. Straight up intimidation. All right? Straight up intimidation. So I'm going to say it like this, y'all. The person who have all their affairs in order, all their ducks in a row, yeah, going right back to this word right here, y'all, education, independence, self-reliance. Now we're going to get into your gift. Yeah, your gifted individual, personality traits. You got charisma, a sense of humor, you're confident, all your bills paid. Yeah, you got all your affairs in order. Family, that's going to be intimidating to a man or woman. You got all your stuff together. You got your ish together. And so what happens is, y'all, is they get nervous around you when they know this. You ever notice when a person didn't really know what you did outside of work, outside of the gym, or outside of that space they've met you, publicly? They didn't know what you did, so it was like they was truly cool. But once they seen that you was somebody, once they seen that you were smart, once they seen that you had something going on, it's like they kind of switched up on you a little bit. I feel this way a lot, especially when people see my following, especially when people see my education, or especially when people just see that I'm a well-rounded brother outside of the following and stuff like that, right? They switch up on me. It's that intimidation. Yeah, you trying to take my spot. Yeah, you think you're better than me. Yeah, you think you got more than me. But in actuality, I'm just coexisting with you as a human being in this room, bro. I don't want to be better than you. I just want what God has for me, nothing more, nothing less. That's all. But this goes to the intimidation, all right? It happens with women, it happens with guys. It happens with human beings in general. Number 5, y'all, the last thing is going to be this right here. Intense demeanor, okay? Intense demeanor. Now, I want to do pros and cons on this one. I got to, y'all. I got to keep it real. We'll start with the cons and then we'll end with the pros. So the cons of an intense demeanor: you can miss out on genuine relationships. That's why I advocate heavily for a person to use their discernment. All right. Utilize your intuition. Pay attention. Observe. You don't have to just be, standoffish, or you don't have to just be a butthole to somebody, because you got to protect your space. Sometimes, y'all, people have good intentions for you. And it's a mindset. You have to believe and know that, when I say my prayers and when I give it all up to God, He's not going to allow anything to harm me. And He will give me the discernment. Pun intended, y'all. The cons is you can miss out on a genuine relationship. That's friends, that's, business, whatever, relationship, whatever. Abrasive. It can come off as abrasive, like you're very aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Male or female. And the last con I would say is it can come across as standoffish. When you have that intense demeanor, people can get nervous due to that, right? Now, the pros is self-preservation. You are protecting yourself. You are protecting your peace. You are protecting your energy. You are making sure that you do not let the wrong people in. And I'm all for it, right? I'm here for it. That's why I say you have to utilize your discernment. The next thing I would say is it made people think twice about you. And I consider this a pro. You don't want to be the person who people want to push around. No, you need to think twice about that. Yeah, you need to think twice about what you're going to do before you do it. Yeah. So you ever been told that you so serious? Well, family, that's really a compliment. Because people play with the people who ain't serious. I'm going to say that once again, y'all. People play with the people who ain't serious. Always telling a joke, always trying to laugh, always trying to be in somebody's good graces. Yeah, those are the ones who get played with. And the last thing is it gives you buffer space. So it kind of connects to people think twice. But I would say with buffer space, it keeps people distant from you. All right. It does keep people distant from you, which can save your time, energy, space, money. The list goes on. You want that buffer so you will be able to think before you speak. And so you will be able to catch people before they even walk up on you. All right. In other words, y'all, it makes a person hesitate before they even say a word to you. That's actually a good thing. And so the intense demeanor is not all bad. All right. It's not all bad, but it's not all good. You have to find that balance. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know, all right? You don't want to miss out on the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, the job of your dreams, but you also don't want to be finessed by the decoy of the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, the job of your dreams. The list goes on. So, fam, that's going to conclude this video. People getting nervous around you. You just got that effect on people, all right? But, fam, we'll do a recap and then we'll conclude this video. Number one, you're considered to be attractive. Number two, you make eye contact. Number three, intelligence. Number four, intimidation. And number five, y'all, an intense demeanor, all right? With that being said, fam, y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.